Hello everybody, you have tuned in to Eric Jose on Making a Murderer on YouTube. I cover virtually any aspect of making a murderer. I go over the evidence, the documents, the photos. So if you like, stay tuned, and in the future I'll have many more videos besides the one you're about to see. Everybody, how you doing? You know, here we are. We're getting closer to rally. Yeah, I leave a week from tonight. So, and as we're getting closer to rally, it's, you know, people are starting to realize that very soon they're going to be making their way to Wisconsin, and some of the wrecking crew have been having some anxious feelings, anxiety a little bit, and it's understandable. You know, it's. Whenever you're walking into a new situation, I mean, we all know each other through social media, but it's really different to meet people in person. And so there's been a little bit of anxiety and stuff about getting together. But I'm really, really proud of everybody because they're getting past it. At least they're making the effort to get past it, so that they can show up and show their support for Stephen and Brendan. And not only that, obviously, to like get together with these people that have been forming these, the community of the wrecking crew, and then even other more peripheral communities beyond that. And everybody's coming together, everybody's, researching together, looking at things together, looking into even new cases together, other cases besides Stephen and Brendan, which is also great because there's more problems out there than just Stephen and Brendan. There's plenty of other, wrongful convictions that can be looked at. Those of you know, I cover the Scott Davis case. I like to talk about all wrongful convictions of youth because these are the things that educate us. These are the things that we can look at and we can then say, look, this is what was happening here. This was proven to be a false confession, or this was proven to be a wrongful conviction. And here we are seeing these same things here. Same stuff. We're seeing the same wonky tactics by law enforcement and or the DA's office and those sort of things. It's like, so you'll see these same threads and so it's all up to us to get educated and take an interest, and so many people have. And now rally's coming up, and I totally just, I know how anxious it is. When last year was my first rally, first time I'd ever been on a plane, first time. I mean, I was like kind of a fish out of water. I was really, really apprehensive. Because I was going there alone, essentially. I was going there by myself. Now, I knew Mark would be there, and Mark is a good friend of mine. And I knew Mark would be there, so that made it a little easier. But it's just me and Mark in a big state of Wisconsin that's not, our stomping grounds, right? So, anyway, we got there, and then it turns out everybody's really nice. Carla Chase was very friendly and welcoming and very helpful to me and Mark and everything. And it just made the whole situation, easier, a little bit more comfortable. It was like once I got there, I realized that my anxiety was really just it just wasn't necessary. I mean, of course you're going to feel anxiety, and that's a normal thing. But once I got there, I realized that, although I'm probably smart to feel a little anxious when I'm going into a new situation, once I got there, I realized I didn't really need to be so anxious. It really was a pleasant atmosphere, and we had a lot of fun there in Wisconsin, especially Mark and I. We were driving around doing things. We did that little thing on Sturm Road. Some of you may have seen that. Was really fun. That was a lot of fun to do. It was so, and I'm hoping there's going to be more of that this year. And I can't wait to go hang out with Mark again. Me and Mark had a blast last year. I can't wait to hang out with the wrecking crew. There's going to be quite a few members of the wrecking crew there. That's what I've been talking about. The wrecking crew, some people have been getting a little bit of that anxiety. So I'm very proud of them, especially Denise Rainey, Linda, Julie Pom Pom, everybody. They feel that anxiety, but their desire to support Brendan and Stephen is trumping it. And I love you guys for that. That's good. That's great. That's awesome. and the hope, and the added hope to that is that maybe this will help embolden you for future, get-togethers for Stephen and Brennan and things like that. So I really, big hand for all you ladies. I know my mom used to suffer really badly from anxiety attacks, and I know how debilitating and crippling they can be. And so it's because I know how crippling it can be that I'm so much more impressed and proud of all the people that are overcoming their anxieties so that they can make it to rally. You guys, you deserve a pat on the back. I know how difficult it is. I do. And so I for one, greatly appreciate the fact that people are they're figuring out a way to cope with their anxiety because their desire to do good and to help represent Stephen and Brendan and the travesty that has happened is trumping their anxiety. And I think that's awesome. And the fact is that they're going to get out and they're going to go out and hopefully conquer their anxiety in this one instance. They may not conquer all of their anxiety, but hey, we'll whittle away. We'll whittle away at it. We'll whittle away at it, and then hopefully in another year or two, there won't be so many things out there that make us feel anxious or that anxious as we get used to riding the bike, as it were, right? Like I said, hats off to all the ladies and everybody that is overcoming their little anxieties and everything, and they're getting out there to support Stephen and Brendan because it's important. We'd like for this rally to be a big deal. Hopefully get some news crews out there and that it gets some coverage there in Wisconsin, and some people there in Wisconsin will see, some of this, and that it will continue to hopefully create the atmosphere where more people there in Wisconsin will start to look at this case and go, wait, what is happening here? Why is there so much wrong? What's going on here? And to get people in Wisconsin to take a little more interest in it and see what they think. And like I said, when it comes to the youth, there in Wisconsin, when I was there last year, got approached by so many young couples. The youth, the young people there in Wisconsin seem to look at this and they don't like what they see. They don't like it. And I was approached by, a few young couples last year. Mark and I were. We were at breakfast one morning at the hotel. Him and I were there eating breakfast, speaking with someone else. And we were all just having our breakfast, and a young couple came up to us and approached us and started asking us about Making a Murderer, Stephen and Brendan, and all that. And we were just happy to chat with them. They're a very nice couple. And that was something I noticed, is that a lot of young couples and just a lot of young people in general there in Wisconsin that are looking at what happened here in Making a Murderer, and they're just not. They're not as, on board with what the hell happened there. They're not anywhere near, to the level of, the way that these agents of the state act. Why are the agents of the state giving, disposing of evidence and then hiding the fact that they did it? There's so many things. That's just one big recent thing. But there's so many other things. But that's the most recent thing. Why are they destroying evidence and then trying to act like they didn't do it? Okay, because that's the sign of being dishonest. That's the sign of doing something shady and under the table. Something untoward, as it were. So it's important that we're all going to be there. It's important that we're all going to be there to show our support. I think it's going to be a big uplifting event. I think that everybody's going to, I think you're going to find that you're a little apprehensive about coming, but you're going to find on Sunday that you're not going to want to leave. That's the way it was for me last year. I thought I wanted to leave on Saturday right after rally last year. Oh boy, I was wrong. I changed my travel plans this year. I thought I wanted to get home right after rally, and it turned out that was absolutely the wrong way. I did not. I was angry with myself for not scheduling myself there an extra day, and so this year I did. So, obviously, those of you who are curious about what I'm going to be doing here in Wisconsin, so it's going to start out for me. I am going to arrive June 14th, Friday, a week from tomorrow. June 14th, Friday, June 14th, I'm going to be arriving in Wisconsin roughly around 8 to 9 in the morning. From there, I'm going to be going to Neenah, to Eagle Nation Cycles. And we're going to be doing a live there. It's going to be they're going to be serving a lunch there because it's certain Fridays they actually have like a lunch and people come down and they serve lunch for people and stuff. So there's actually going to be a lunch there. So the Wrecking Crew and I, after the live, will be able to have a little bit of lunch there at Eagle Nation Cycles and stuff. And then from there, I'm headed to Manitowoc. Now I don't know exactly yet because I'm still trying to organize it with Chuck Avery, but I'm looking to leave Neenah and Eagle Nation Cycles and head to the yard. But depending on timing, the timing of things, I may end up going to where I'm going to be staying first and then back to the yard later in the day. I just haven't figured out exactly what it's going to look like yet. But so I'm going to be going over to the yard, and I'm going to be getting some footage on my GoPro, doing basically the perimeter of the property and kind of getting the views around the perimeter. Looking outward from the perimeter and looking inward from the perimeter to get as much footage as possible, and like stock footage of the yard, areas around the yard, because I found that last year there was things I wished I had pictures or video of at the yard when I wanted to illustrate some certain points, and I realized I should have gotten a little bit more footage of just the yard in general, and so that's one thing I'm looking to correct, and I will be showing you guys all that footage and everything as well. But that's basically some of the things that's basically what I'm looking to do on Friday when I get there. Obviously Saturday morning, I believe Saturday morning is when I'm going to be waking up where I'm staying with some of the other Wrecking Crew, and that's when I have to make the chorizo and egg, right, for everybody. And then I believe Sunday morning is when Linda gets to make the biscuits and gravy, right? I love biscuits and gravy, folks. One of my favorites for breakfast, actually. Love biscuits and gravy, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, but then, so Saturday, we obviously, I'm waking up, I'm going to be making chorizo and egg. Then we got rally pretty much all day till I think it's till 3 or something like that. And then I believe when I saw in the schedule was from that point there's going to be a little thing where we go over to the yard, where everybody at rally that wants to go over and see the yard or whatever, they go over there, they'll go over to the yard for about an hour or something like that. And then it's back over to the Baymont Hotel next to the courthouse, where there's going to be a party at the hotel's little whatever little I guess little whatever they have for having a party. They have probably like a ballroom or something like that, right? So then it's back over there for a party over there at the hotel. So it's going to be a lot of fun, obviously. And then Sunday morning is just going to be kind of a Sunday's going to be kind of a whatever day. I mean, obviously I'm going to be probably hanging out and saying goodbye to the folks that I'm staying with there in Wisconsin, and I don't know, maybe we'll probably go somewhere and get something to eat and do some things. But so Sunday's going to be kind of a lax day, but it'll be, I don't know what I might do on Sunday. I don't have any plans for Sunday yet, so I might end up squeezing something in that pops up that I might be able to go do on Sunday, so who knows. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Rally's coming up. It's getting close. Here we are now, about a week away from it, and so it should be fun. I hope to see as many people out there as possible, and if you can't be there, hey, well, at least make sure you tuning into our lives. Me, Tracy Struncy, Stacy Seabrook, Paul Capaldi. Hopefully we're going to be able to get him to 1,000. Allie Apperson should be hopefully going live from hers as well. So we should have a bunch of different sections or parts of the rally there that you guys should be able to see through the lives on our channels and everything. So hopefully that'll be fun for you guys. So I hope to see as many people there as possible. And like I said, if you can't be there, make sure you're tuning into the lives that for those of us that are going to be going live from Raleigh. And then you can get to see a bit of it, and through the chats or through the comments, you can maybe even interact a little bit. So hope to see as many people enthusiastic and supportive about the rally here coming up next week as possible. Once again, very impressed with everybody out there who, I know how tough anxiety can be, and I'm very impressed with the fact that the strength of will that everybody is having now to overcome that anxiety and to show their support for Stephen and Brennan. I think it's awesome. I think you're all great. I just can't wait to meet all of you guys. I can't wait to hang out with everybody. Even have a few beers, or I don't know. I might even end up having to have a Jello shot with Linda. But anyway. But anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping we're gonna have a whole lot of fun, and like I said, I hope to see as many people as possible. And particularly the Wrecking Crew. I'd love to see as many of the Wrecking Crew as possible out there. So, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.
They say you can trust us, oh, but they use a badge for an illusion of justice. Oh, they say you can trust us, oh, but they use the flag for an illusion of justice. Indefensible on how what they did, convict an innocent man twice with a 16-year-old kid. Yes, we can turn away, pretending all the pieces fit. Oh, but if we turn away, we let them get away with it. Say you can trust us, oh, but they use the badge for an illusion of justice. Oh, they say you can trust us, oh, but they use the flag for an illusion of justice. Of justice. Wrecking crew to tear this whole case down. Oh, did you hear the news? There's a new sheriff in town, not the neat touching one, not the one supported by them clowns. Oh, the superhero one. She's gonna tear that house of cards down. Trust us, oh, but they use the badge for an illusion of justice. Oh, they say you can trust us, oh, they abuse the flag for an